you're talking about open hearts, and the least open-hearted people that I know are film critics. And I go to Sundance, and I only go to the press screenings. And what a lot of us do is we see a movie, and then we get back in the line, and we see another movie, and we see 5 movies a day, and we do that for 5 or 6 days. And there's nothing. Your heart really can't be open in that kind of situation. I mean, if for no other reason that you're being invited into these movies where you get to know these characters and their stories, and you go through all these things with them, and then it ends, and then you have to do it all over again, and it's just too much. And so at the screening of Alive Inside, I was sitting next to a woman, and we were watching the movie, and you could tell that we were both really struggling to not cry and show each other that we were crying, because that would be unacceptable. And at one point, she lost it. And so I lost it. And I do not know this woman. I never learned her name, and I wouldn't recognize her if I saw her, but she sat like this the whole rest of the movie. And that, I've been to a lot of film festivals, and that has never happened. So I guess I want to thank you for that. And I want to ask, you're talking about what our reactions are to what we just saw, and I'm wondering, that first time that you went and witnessed it, what it was like for you behind the camera.
Well, I was broke, and a friend of mine said, was trying to help me out. She worked for a foundation. She said, look, we just gave a grant to this guy, Dan, and he doesn't even have a website or anything. Nobody knows what he's doing. He's in 2 nursing homes. And do you think you could, just like do a little website? Could you build him a website? And I was like, yeah, I do websites. I'd never done a website in my life. But I was broke, and so I went, and I get in through the doors, and I walk down this hallway, and there's 80 people in wheelchairs against the wall, like this. And like one guy was like this. And when I was a little kid, I had a whole bunch of ear operations, and it was a tremendously traumatic experience for me. So much so that literally at like 8 years old, I swore I would never, ever step inside a hospital as long as I lived. And I have kept that promise until this job. But so there I am in this place, and I do not want to be there. It smells. There is nothing but everything I am afraid of in life in front of me. And I set up my camera, and they peeled Henry off the end of the line and brought Henry in front of me. And I just started filming him. And when there's something that happens, it's like, it's inescapable. Like when a human being, like, who's dead, like, like bubbles to life, there's no word for it. I had chills up my body, and I had tears in my eyes, and I was just like, I'm going to make this movie, because I looked at Henry, and then I looked at the people in that line, and I was like, wow, this is better than that.